Hello there everybody. If you are monitoring your blood sugar, whether you are wearing a continuous glucose monitor or whether you've just had a blood test and you've seen your blood sugar numbers, whether you're managing type 2 diabetes, pre-diabetes, obesity, trying to lose weight, or any other reason for looking at your blood sugars, I am going to share with you in this video 8 reasons why your blood sugar can be high that you don't need to worry about. Okay, you might be on a ketogenic or low carbohydrate diet and you may be monitoring your blood and you may see some high blood sugar readings, and they are not always your fault. It doesn't mean that you did anything wrong, and it doesn't always mean that you need to worry about it. So, welcome to Shapefixer. I'm Andrew. I'm a nutritionist. I've recently had my blood tested, and so blood numbers are sort of front of mind for me at the moment, and I thought it would be interesting to make this video to share with you 8 reasons. I can't do 8, that's 8 reasons why you might have high blood sugar. Okay, let's go. Reason number 1 is something known as the dawn effect or the dawn phenomenon. And that is a perfectly natural part of your daily metabolic rhythm or your circadian rhythm, where at around about the time when the sun comes up and your body is expecting you to wake up, your blood sugar rises. Your liver ensures that there is extra sugar in your blood for the first moments of your waking day, whether it releases it from glycogen stores or whether it makes it through a process called gluconeogenesis. Whatever the case is, your blood sugar is going to rise and you will have a little spike. Now, it might be a big spike in some, it might be a really small spike in others, but you will notice a rise in your blood sugar if you test it early in the morning. So don't worry about the dawn effect. Okay, number 2. If you are on a low carbohydrate diet and you're already not eating sugar or carbohydrates, which we know is the same thing, and you still see that your sugar is a bit high, that could very well be that you're not eating enough fat. Because remember that sugar is an energy source, and if you cut sugar from your diet, you're going to need to use fat for your energy. If you are not eating enough fat, your body has to get the energy from somewhere. So it will start breaking down proteins, and the process that I mentioned earlier, gluconeogenesis, in your liver, glucose is made out of amino acids, which is proteins. And that glucose that is made by the liver is pushed into the blood, and voila, your blood sugar goes up, even though you weren't eating any sugar. So if you are not eating sugar and you see your blood sugar going up, you're not eating enough fat. Right, number 3, what have we got here? High stress. If you're very stressed, your cortisol levels are up, your adrenaline is up. Those hormones lead to your body producing more sugar. It's a stress response. It's the part of the fight or flight. Did I say the fight or flight response for your liver to pump extra sugars into the bloodstream? So if you are stressed, you need to look at the reasons you're stressed and maybe see if there's anything you can do about that, but at least understand that that's why your blood sugar has gone up. Number 4 is linked, I guess, to stress, because number 4 is about sleep. And if you have a particularly bad night's sleep, that does trigger a stress response. And again, you will have raised sugar in your blood if your sleep has been disturbed or you are lacking sleep. If you have an injury or you have some inflammation, even if the inflammation is not linked to a particular injury, if you have chronic inflammation rather than acute inflammation, any kind of inflammation or injury will stimulate a healing or a recovering response requiring more red blood cells, and your blood sugar will rise as a result. So if you've had an operation, you've just come out of hospital, you will notice that your blood sugar is higher. That is not because of anything you are doing wrong with your diet. That is a response to the trauma of the injury or the inflammation. Intense exercise has a similar effect. Intense exercise does cause short-term period inflammation, and also, of course, there's a greater requirement for red blood cells and for energy because of the exercise that you're doing. So you tend to have more sugar released into the blood. So you will have a sugar spike if you're doing intense exercise. If you have an infection, if you're sick and you've picked up a bacteria or a virus and your immune system is fighting the infection, inflammation again is part of the immune response, and you are going to have increased blood sugars. And the last one, number 8, is if you are fasting, particularly long fasts, like say going for a 24-hour fast, and you are slim, so you don't have spare body fat to burn for energy, and now you're not eating, your body is again going to manufacture sugar from protein. It's going to break down your amino acids and produce sugar, and suddenly you will have sugar in your blood, whereas under normal circumstances, because you don't eat sugar, you're usually just fueling off fat. So those 8 reasons, and I'm going to list them down below in the notes, okay? So don't worry, go down below and type them out, or copy and paste or whatever, or just have a look at them so you keep them in your mind. So if you are looking at your blood sugars on a regular basis, that you don't become unduly worried about spikes that can easily be explained and are actually quite natural. And as a bonus, I'm going to give you this nugget of information. When you start on a ketogenic diet or a low carbohydrate diet, and you have blood tests and you're looking forward to looking at your blood panels and your cholesterol panels and your blood sugar and your insulin numbers, you might very well notice that your triglycerides, which are normally something of great concern, go up. Now that sounds weird, because we know that triglycerides are produced usually because you have too much sugar in your diet. So you have too much sugar, your body can't burn it all, you're insulin resistant, so it's not going into the cells, and high sugar in your blood is very dangerous, so your body converts it to triglycerides, which we know then get deposited around your body and contribute to body fat, and that's what body fat is. And that's why normally what you want to see is a low triglyceride number. So if you cut out sugar, you imagine, well, then my triglycerides will come down, and they will, but they might not in the beginning, because when you are very overweight and you cut sugar and you start burning fat, you are going to be burning body fat. So your body fat, which was triglycerides in your blood, which then went into the fat, is now being melted down, broken down, released back into the blood, and is on its way to being burned. So your triglyceride count actually goes up. But it's temporary until you get over that first initial period of rapid weight loss. And when your weight stabilizes and you're not burning excess body fat, you're living off dietary fat, your triglyceride number will be absolutely fine. So there you go. If you are monitoring your blood, let me know in the comments down below. Let me know if there's anything else you can think of that I've forgotten or that I don't even know, because of course I don't know everything, and I would love to hear from you. Thank you very much for subscribing to the channel. Thank you very much for sharing this video with other people, especially if they are monitoring their blood on a regular basis, because we can have a lot of people out there that are getting very worried on a daily basis about things that really don't matter at all.